So I've been playing this game for about 3 years now, and there's been a lot of moments where I've been like, whoa, did that really happen? But this last week just had me like, what? And some of them are fails, some of them are just like ridiculousness, some of them are just seem to be weird chance. But there was just a lot of things this week that I'd never seen before. And I really wasn't doing anything that different. I was just up to my usual shenanigans, trying to laser people, use my gravity star, you know, just try some new stuff. But for some reason this week I saw a lot of things I'd never seen before, especially these first two. Like the thing with the Archer rocket, I've never had it happen like that. I've had it happen when I'm disembarking my Titan and somebody already has a lock on me with their Archer, which is just a terrible time to get out. And I've never seen that where the gravity star decides to skip off the ground. I have to assume it had something to do with me going off of the ship. And you can clearly see that my laser went off on my screen. It doesn't go off on his. And that's one of the big problems in Titanfall. Like when somebody's going really fast, you have to make sure that the servers are able to keep up. So what the fuck, Titanfall? If you want to be fast, you have to have fast servers. You can't put Stim in a game with servers that can't keep up. If not, you get those scenarios happening way too often. And you know what's one of those other moments that catch you by surprise? When you're like, Titan, stick with me, and they actually stick with you. So I go all out to cover him as well. I use my core right away because I don't even want to risk the Ronin taking another volley from his rockets, because that takes away so much of his health. They're never truly invis. Get ready to like stare at shadows. You get little blurriness. Like when someone disappears, don't give up on those kills because they are still there. Oh, we got this, boys. Those are way too close. Don't get many of these kills either. They're not invincible at all when they jump out. By the way, you know what's one of those WTF moments? When I was reading the comments from the last video, people were saying that when you crouch, you actually disembark faster. Is that really a thing? And then somebody after that comment said that you actually get in slower though. Which, I don't know why you would. I've never actually tried it. I'd have to try it. I just read it before making this video, so that's something that I want to know more about. Because if I didn't know that, I'm missing out. Being able to disembark from your Titan faster. Like, you've probably seen that I jump out of my Titan for kills all the time, and it's worth it sometimes. And if you could do it even faster, it just makes it that much better. So I'm definitely going to have to try that out. Yeah, so some of these moments that I'm trying to show you right now, it's not just like the weird glitches. Like sometimes you're just like, what the fuck? Like when everything seems to be working for you. Like right now I have a long range weapon, I got a medium range weapon, and I have my laser. Like I am just pimped out right now. I have every weapon I could ever want. And that's kind of what we're going to be covering in this video. It's some of the weird moments and then some of the moments that are just epic. So, you know, you can't get one without the other in this game. So I had that all planned out, and then I literally just goofed jumping out a window. And I thought this was funny too, because look what he's doing. He's activating his guys, which aren't even going to jump in. And he's using Gun Runner. All of that was odd to me. You know what I don't do as often? Rodeo, but I've actually started rodeoing a lot more because the payoff is huge and there's definitely a lot of opportunities to do it. A lot more than I used to see anyways. I just was not seeing the opportunities, that's for sure. And then after that, if you're running batteries or if you're not running batteries, like getting a battery, even if you were to die twice before you get it, like it's worth it. It's a lot of damage. And you get to boost your Titan right away. It's ridiculously strong. For some reason, I never use my first battery. Like it's pretty rare that I do, and then usually I end up with two. I also don't get these kills very often, the phase shift ones where the Ronins go into you. After this happened though, now I've been like trying to like watch for it and see if I can boost myself into their path. It's a worthwhile kill. That one was ridiculously tight. Alright, this is Well, I can't excuse it. I do this all the time. See, maybe if I crouched out of the Titan, I would have gone there just a little bit faster and gotten the boot off. See, the problem was that I knew I had the opening because I saw him with his anti-Titan gun. That's why I originally had the opening to go melee him. But you're going to notice that I missed the first grapple. That's why he had the opportunity to shoot me. So in theory, that should have worked out. That was a pretty well thought out grapple kill. Because somewhat they have to be thought out. If not, it's just suicide. If he didn't have grapple, he could have easily kicked off the wall, by the way. So it's not like you needed grapple to do that move. Like a lot of the movement you can, especially in like confined spaces, like regular movement's amazing. You can't do that though. I'm really hoping in the next Titanfall though they do put on like a jetpack or a triple jump so you can actually change directions and do a move like that. Good aim. You don't see that often. I just kind of watched him go down the stairs and then he died to dome shield. So I know there were some moments that I wanted to share in this clip. It's pretty long. This is pretty much now most of this game right here. So before I just continue to cast this and just talk about it, well, how are you guys doing? We need to catch up. I'm going to probably jump on Twitch this weekend. Yep, definitely going to jump on for some Twitch. We should do a community night, and we should definitely try to get some custom games down, and we'll try to come up with something fun to do. So that's going to be this weekend. If it's not Saturday or Sunday, it's Friday. If it's not Friday, it's Saturday. And if it's not Saturday, it's going to be Sunday. So now that we have the schedule worked out, I hope you guys are going to be able to join me. You guys can also join the Discord. Like when I'm going to do stuff like that, that's when I'll actually post things on the Discord. I always have fun going against Tones. Especially if I'm able to hit them with the rockets like that. This is also pretty nice, I thought, on my part. You always have to be watching for the cores on people. Whenever the fight's coming down, there's a good chance the other person has a core. If you know they've been up for a while, they're probably going to have their core before you. Like, that's what you want to do, and that's just how you play everybody. Like, a North Star, you never want to be walking into their core. Like, I have a sixth sense for that core. Like, that's the one that I always seem to pick out, and then you just space yourself a little bit extra, and they're done. And if you actually space yourself enough, like, the rockets spread out, so there isn't much damage, and if you have your own core at that point, you can use it, like, especially if you're Ion. This fight is also pretty good for me. I'm a little bit down right now, but I end up getting some pilot support, so everything works out. Like, I think the Ion is definitely the best Titan. I really do. Like, I missed a couple of things. And it's not super easy because there is that delay on the shield, which means that you can't just instantly block something. Missed him with the rocket, but that's okay. That's why you got a big laser, right? All you can do right now is like hear them for the first little bit. Like those jump jets are so loud sometimes. Like when you have your settings right, it's hard for people to be aggressive against you. Which in my opinion is fine because you still have speed, right? Like I don't think anybody should ever be completely like oblivious to people around them. I think that's part of the problem that happened with COD. At least the last one I played. Like you just couldn't make out sounds well enough. Like you'd round a corner and someone would be there and you're like, okay, well now it's like really random. Like there's just no play in between you and then just running into somebody. It's, I don't know. It's just too, well, we're not even going to get into COD. I didn't even buy the last one. I've seen enough footage though to just be able to tell that it's a shit show. And I'm glad I opted out this time around. I don't feel like a sucker for buying it. And you know what the other thing is? Like, what do people expect, though, with a 1-year turnaround? Like, a 1-year turnaround is just ridiculous. For a franchise that's literally, like, the most basic concept of a shooter. It's like, who are you? You're a guy. What can you do? You just run around. Can you jump? Yeah. Can we make him jump a little bit higher and sometimes? Yeah, give him that exoskeleton. But it's like, you're still the same guy. You're just a guy running on boots with all the same guns. People are still using the M4, probably an AK, some Uzi. And, you know, it's just the same thing. Like, they haven't even bothered to really tweak the kill streaks anymore, and it has a nostalgia feeling, which, you know, is cool and all. Would have been nicer if he would have phased into me. But yeah, it's just too similar. But it's 1 year. It really, I think it comes down to that 1 year thing. That's the biggest problem with Titanfall. I mean, with Titanfall, that's the biggest problem with Call of Duty. I'm like, you're so effed. The only way to live through this is you go down there and you can sling through the bottom infinitely. It's very generous with how much room it gives you. See, it's not instantaneous. I missed that rocket. But I'll catch the next one, and then you can use it on things like that. It's so good when people shoot archer rockets at you as an ion. And that's pretty much the end of the video. On paper, cut to you. If you guys want to support the channel, now's when you guys can leave a comment, let me know what's up. You guys can leave a like. If you guys want to join in for community night, that's going to be this weekend. We already set the schedule. So again, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.